Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm going to start today's podcast as well with a quote from Julian Michaels. The quote goes this way: if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. You know, we discussed in our last podcast that children of rich parents often act the same way. And we made mention of a kid. He's always the first to come to his activities and the last to go home. He puts in 100% in all activities. He never complains. He wants it more than anybody else there. At the end, you notice that his parents are very rich, and you start asking yourself, why is he even bothering himself? Why is he stressing himself? Why is he wanting it more than his peers? What is the drive behind his hard work? You know, he doesn't need to work, like we said, because his parents already done all that for him. Mm-hmm. They already made the money and all that. Yeah, that's what we discussed in the last podcast, remember?
Yeah. And then, as you said in the last podcast, when you turn around, you see another kid that isn't bothered. He's less concerned. He looks as if he doesn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he doesn't even know the value of what he's doing. Both kids are in the same activity. One is from a rich home and the other is from a poor home. There, we notice that the rich kid works hard because of the qualities and the mentality his parents passed on to him. And the poor kid isn't even bothered. He's less concerned, as I said before. He looks as if he doesn't want to be there. That brings me to this question. Does it mean that children of poor parents don't work hard?
They do work hard. We said that when rich parents acquire wealth, when they work hard to earn their money, because of that, they don't want to lose their wealth. The rich parents, when they acquire the money, they work hard to get that money. They don't want to lose it. Because of that, what do? They instill the work ethic mentality, isn't it, to their kids. So that's what we discussed. All kids have to do, all those kids, the rich kids, all they have to do is what? Just to follow their parents' footsteps and do the same thing their parents did. Mm-hmm. You understand? So they become successful. On the other hand, the poor kid, like you said earlier, was not bothered. He's less concerned because he might not know the value of what he's doing. Because what I want you to know there is the value. He is there. He might not know the value of what he's doing. Do you understand? So he might think to himself that he's working hard. What's the need of him working hard? Mm-hmm. When you mention working hard, why? What is it? Because we said already he doesn't know the value of what he's doing. Do you understand? So when he's talking about working hard, to him it's like a punishment. He thinks like it's a punishment. And there's nothing to gain from it because he's less concerned. You said it.
Yeah.
He's less concerned. He doesn't know what he's doing there. He doesn't know the value of what he's doing. Mm-hmm. So to him, being there, working hard, is like a punishment. Do you understand? That's it.
Let's use the futsal analogy as an example. And I used it in the last podcast. Remember, I said that the parents of the rich kid were there throughout the session and they watched him play.
They watched him play throughout the session. The parents, they came down there, they watched him play. Why are the parents there? Do you understand what I mean? That's a question. Why are they there? Do you understand? They want to do what? They want to motivate the kid, isn't it? Mm-hmm. They want to show support. They want to see if there's any way they're going to help. Do you understand? The kid working hard is that mentality of the, like you said, isn't it? They instill that mentality of work ethic into him. So the parents are watching. They're watching that kid working, doing those stuff. At the end of the day, what do you think they will do? They give the feedback, isn't it? You did well, but you need to improve in this aspect. You need to improve in this area. You need to improve in this, on that. If they are not watching, they might not notice that. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Unlike the poor kid, the parents just dropped him off. Maybe they want to go back to work or something. They're not watching, You understand? They're not watching.
And maybe the parents just dropped in there because, as you said, they had to go to work. Or maybe they just weren't bothered because they don't see the value in what their son is doing.
That's the problem. The value of what he's doing. Maybe they went back to work. Okay, let's just use that. They went back to work. They need to work. They need to pay their bills and all that. Are you getting me? We said earlier it's just 1 hour. Are you telling me that they cannot bring out 1 hour to support the kid? They can, isn't it? They can change their shift or something if they see the value of what the kid is doing. Do you understand? Because when those kids, they are there, their parents are watching them, they're supporting them, they're giving them that motivation, they're giving them that support, right? If you check the two parents, one is rich, isn't it? One is poor. It's not bad because those ones are rich. That's why they are there.
It's because they know the value of what the child
kid
is
is
doing.
Yeah, they know the value of what he's doing. So they are there watching to support. The other ones, they drop the kid there, they went to work. That's the time the kid might look around, he didn't see the parents. No one supporting him. So what's the value? What is he even doing there? He doesn't know what he's doing. He don't know where to improve. He will not know where to understand what he's doing wrong, what is happening. The same thing every week. How do you expect the kid to improve? Do you understand the difference now?
You understand?
Yeah. That is
Yeah.
it.
And it's not that the poor kids don't work hard. When the rich kids' parents instill in their kid the value of money, determination, grit, and sacrifice, some poor parents are just pointing out to their kids obstacles, limitations, all the things that will make them not to achieve their ambition. And they'll even go to the point of blaming others because of their lack of opportunity.
It happens most times in the society, right? All things some parents see is obstacles. They're pointing out the obstacles. They're pointing out things that will make their kids not to progress. They're looking at, sometimes they go to race. Sometimes they talking about a lot of things that will make, do you understand? They bring their own limitation and they put it on the kid. Instead of using that limitations as a way of what? Motivation, to motivate the kid. They're using that as an excuse. Like you said, they're using it as an excuse. You made mention of using it as excuse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're using it as an excuse, just even sometimes because it demotivated kids, isn't it?
Yeah, because their parents will just be blaming others because they didn't work hard.
Yeah, they didn't have that, and they would, because of that, even there's no way they're gonna like motivate the kid, isn't it, to move forward. That work ethic, it won't be there.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because they're looking at the limitations, things. They might say to the kid, okay, at the end of the day, you are wasting your time because there's no need. You're not even gonna pass after doing all these things. Where will it take you to? Instead of seeing that as an avenue of what doors can open, if they see behind above that limitation in front of that kid, right? And see that, for example, those two now that are playing the football, right? So both of them are at the same time, isn't it? They're there at the same time. They're working. Both of them have the same opportunity. There's no difference between both. There's nothing like rich or poor in that field at that moment. The only difference is work ethic and the value and confidence. Do you understand? The two of them are doing the same thing at the same time. There's nothing different. It's the same in classes. Some kids, they're in the same class. Some knows the value of why they're there. They know why they want to achieve. Some see it as what? Time wasting. What am I even doing here? Those are two mentalities. And those two comes from where? From the parents. You said already in the other one that rich kids, their parents already, they instill in them that mentality of what? Hard work. And there's no laziness. Laziness is not what acceptable, isn't it? So already it's inside there.
Mm-hmm.
It starts from parents, yeah?
Yeah. And some kids from a poor home work hard, but they're afraid to fail. So because of being afraid, they lack the determination to succeed. And it's kind of linked to the stuff I said before about their parents just telling them limitations and stuff like that. That will make them afraid to do anything.
Afraid. They get scared because no one is supporting them. No one, it's not, you have to understand something here. It's not that the poor kids, they don't work hard. They work hard. The same with their parents, you understand? Yeah? But the difference is what? The end goal. Why are you doing what you're doing? Do you understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, most of them, they like you just said now, that limitation is what they're looking at in front of them. Instead of using it as a motivation, isn't it? To achieve whatever they want to achieve. Mm-hmm. Right? So the two are working hard. Do you understand? But the difference is their value. They don't really know the value of what they're doing. They don't know where it's going to take them to. Do you understand? And you will normally say that if you don't, what you don't have, you can't give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If that confidence, if that ability to achieve, if you have that mindset, at the end of the day, it will not be easy for you to get it, but you have to try. Do you understand? You pass it on to your kids. They're going to move to it. But if you're using the limitation as an excuse for not to achieve anything, the kids are going to see that there's no need for them to work hard. That's it. Those are the things you have to like.
Yeah. And you can't forget that we said that wealthy parents are more likely to feed their children healthy food, like vegetables, and they're more likely to read to their children, enroll them into classes where they'll be taught to enhance their like early development. And poor families, they can't seem to bother sometimes. They just have they don't give attention to their child sometimes.
About the food aspect of it, yeah. If you watch out, even if you go to McDonald's or if you go to some of these outlets that's selling fast food, just sit down and watch the people you're seeing there. It's not that the rich people don't go there as well, right? But what I'm saying is this, yeah? Them too, the rich, they know the benefit of fruits, vegetables, and all that. They make out time. Even if they don't have time, they can employ someone to do that for them. They make sure they feed their children proper food. The other people, what they normally do, they go for the easiest one. What's that? Fast food and all that. They go for fast food quick. Because of what? They're seeing it, there's no time for them to cook.
Yeah.
There's no time for them to waste most time, isn't it? To start cooking, putting all those vegetables and all that. So it's easy for them to just go straight away and buy those, what they call it, fast food and all those stuff, right? Okay, talking about the registering the kids, enrolling them into classes and all that, right? We said that as well last time. They prefer to use the money to take care of themselves. Do you understand what I mean? They use the money for themselves. You see some people, only the hair they have on their hair, I'm talking about some women, they can spend £300 or 150 or £80 just to buy what they put in their hair, and they use that for a week. It's not about the dressing, the shoes and all that. They make sure their nails and everything, they make sure that they take care of themselves properly.
But they forget about
those kids. But if they bring out a little bit of that money, it's not good. It's not that they will not, it's not good for you to, it's good for you to look good. You have to take care of yourself. Do you understand?
But it's not that you don't just leave your child like that. You have to help them a bit as well.
That's what I'm saying. Bring a little bit of money. Maybe put them in a class, extra one, just a little bit extra. That can improve that child development. Do you understand? Some like after school, they depend only on what the teachers teach them in school. That's it. The kids, they go to school, they come back, that's it, finished. Do you understand? If you put them in extra or monitor what they're doing, it can help them a little bit. Do you understand? Just those little tiny money, if you invest in those kids, do you understand? In future, it might change what? The family. You understand? Those kind of things, those are the things you have to look at. And then nothing is, if you watch in schools, right? Some schools, they have extra classes. The kids that are supposed to be in that class, the kids that need it most, they're supposed to be in class. They're supposed to be in that extra class. If you go there, you'll not see them. It's still the same kids.
They're already
doing well. The kids that they don't need it. Those are the ones they're going to stay in that class. Because of what? The mentality and the value. And watch out, their parents are always available. Do you understand what I mean? They're always supporting them there because they know the value of what they are doing. Do you understand? It's all, everything you're looking at is your mentality. Most parents don't see it. They're looking at all those things as what? There's no value in it. It doesn't make sense. They're wasting their time. So why are they wasting their time? Because they didn't see anything in the kid. They don't believe in their kids. They don't even know that those kids, understand, have the ability of something. They can do something. Do you understand? So they bring their own limitation, they bring their own failure, and they think that the kids are going to follow in the same footstep without even giving them the opportunity. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things you have to learn.
Yeah, and what about some poor kids who work so hard, who have done everything right and still finding it difficult to get ahead? There's something that people do. They work hard, but it's stopping them from getting ahead. Like poor parents, they trade their time for money, and rich parents, their money works for them.
That one now is that I know people may be like, that's what they were putting out. We've been working hard, we've done everything right. We went to we went to schools. We come out with good grades. We look for good jobs. We've done everything right. At the end of the day, the society is not giving us the opportunity. Do you understand? We can move. Yes, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I mean?
Mm.
It's there. But if you find out there are some things that limit those kind of people, especially maybe sometimes you look at the environment where they are. Do you understand what I mean? There's an environment where you live. You find that there's no opportunity in that environment. It might be very, very, you're looking at that child, he's very smart. In school, that they know that very, very smart. But because of the environment where they lives, do you understand? The environment, the people around there will do what? They might join the gangs, isn't it? At the end of the day, those abilities, those, how will I say, the smartness, all those things that they believe that they're going to do well. They will just go because they join the group and the environment where they are. 2, there are some of them, they realize that this environment where we're staying, we need to move out of here.
Yeah, we need to get out. Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? I need to get my parents out of this environment. What's that mentality? And how would they do that? They're going to work harder. They will look for what? Ways to get out of there. Those are the 2 things. It's all what? Mentality. Do you understand? If you watch out some of the people that made it, if they give you their story, if you read their books or bibliography, or if you read their life when they were younger, how they live when they were on the stuff, you find out that most of them, they came from a very poor background, isn't it? Or poor environment. But from young age, their parents already like instigate to them and tell them that, yeah, for you to make it here, you need to work more harder. And what did they do? Some of them, they did. Sometimes, in order for them to survive, what did they do? They have to move out from that area. Mm-hmm. They move and go to another city. Because sometimes the environment where we are limits your ability to achieve something. You understand? Sometimes you need to move. You need to make a change. Or you need to work more harder. At the end of the day, you just have to work and find a way. Yeah. It happens all the time.
Yeah, it does.
You know? So, that is just have to understand that whatever we're trying to say, whatever we're trying to do, what we're referring to as parents, yeah, we're telling all the parents as well, we should just have to try a way to help our kids, teach them the value, especially the value of hard work, mm-hmm. the value of money. If you don't know the value of money, there's no way you're going to work hard to get it. Things don't come easy, no matter what. No matter how your parents has money or they don't have money, even if they pass the money to you, inherited wealth, isn't it? They inherited the money, you're still going to work hard to keep it. Like what you said last week, you need to work hard to keep the money. Do you understand? Because if you don't make more money, the one you got,
it's going to go.
It's going to go. Mm-hmm. So what we're saying is that we have to teach our kids that the value of money, the value of hard work, determination. Everyone works hard. Everybody. We all work hard. It's not how hard you work, it's to get your priorities right. What is your priority of why you're working hard? Mm-hmm. Do you understand? You have to get that right. Do you understand? Because if you don't get your priority right, it might not go anywhere. You just be going around the circle. Do you understand? So don't forget that no matter how hard you work, someone else is working harder.
Yeah.
Out there. Mm-hmm. That someone is working harder. Understand? So we should use that as a motivation to work harder.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this podcast. And please watch more of our podcast. And don't forget to share to your friends and like this podcast. Thank you.
And don't forget that family is everything. Thank you.
Thank you.